All right, you all. Welcome back to Father's Plight. So today we're going to finish up part 2 of what Alec Baldwin went through with parental alienation. This part 2 is just as good as the first part. So I will quit talking and let's get started.
So, Michael, what is the solution to the problem?
Shared parenting.
Shared parenting.
Shared parenting. What we need to do is have parents crafting the parenting plan under which their children will be raised in the event the parents aren't going to stay together.
Like a prenup?
Well, like a prenup, but actually a parenting plan in case you're going to get divorced at that particular moment. And if the parents can't agree to a plan, a presumption in law that says that we are not going to favor either parent.
And I think that's a great idea, by the way. I wish I would have thought about that. But yeah, there should definitely be procedures in place for when, okay, the relationship ends, the marriage ends. It's already set what's going to happen with the kids. And then if you want to change that, then you must present tangible evidence to the court. Love that idea.
That the child will be...
So you make this decision before you have the children or when they're born?
No. You make this decision at divorce. You go through a process to structure the plan under which the children will be raised.
But there's a lot of acrimony and anger.
But if you can't agree, the state is not going to preference one parent over the other in the form of the judges in the court system.
You ask Mark the other question, then I'll...
Mark, tell me, I understand that you have personal experience with divorce yourself.
Yes, I do. My parents split up whenever I was 10 years old, and it was a very high conflict divorce, and the conflict, the tension has remained. And one of the things that Alec says in this book, which I think is brilliant, is he says, let the divorce be the final answer. That is, once the marriage is over, stop fighting. Just let. And
you see, that's what he's asking right there. Just stop fighting, take the high road, be mature adults, and take care of the child's needs. Very easy to say. Obviously, as you look at society, we are piss poor at executing that. It's always feelings. And my feelings don't matter, the mother's feelings don't matter, just the child. And we just have such a hard time doing it.
That the battles end instead of having the battlefield shift to the children. And so, my own experience, that's one of the things that I've always desired, is just get along. Just get along. And I think that's one of the best things that divorced parents can do.
Someone said there are people who continue this kind of behavior because they want to have a relationship with that other person.
Yeah.
They have unresolved... Go ahead.
And that's true what Alec Baldwin just said. A lot of times why the arguing and the fighting keeps persisting is because those feelings, you still thinking about how it was with that partner before all this resentment, before all the hate. So you keep trying. And each time you go in there and try, your feelings get hurt the same amount, and the cycle just keeps continuing. For any man, like when you're in this situation, I highly recommend reducing all communication down to text, email, something that can be documented. You do not have to talk. You can walk away. And more than likely, it will agitate that other parent very much, which will probably make them even more aggressive by you not communicating with them. But as long as you have records and everything else and showing that you're on the up and up, you should be okay. Is it going to be easy? Hell no. It's never easy with somebody challenging your manhood, going off in your ear, bringing up shit that was from 10 years ago or even 10 days ago when you're just trying to move forward with your life. But it has to be done. It's the world we live in.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Mom.
I'm sorry. Whenever you have children, your lives are intertwined with that other person for the rest of your life.
Right.
Because there's not only the children's birthday parties and Christmases and all that, but grandchildren come along. There's weddings to consider, all of that. And so it's just, there comes a time where it's just, let's get along.
And the other thing is,
you're not married.
Well, there are feminists who are opposed to parental alienation syndrome, and they dismiss that, and they're filled with all kinds of statistics about abuses and so forth, none of which we would dispute. But they can't dispute the fact that children, particularly girls who are raised in homes without a father, have statistically higher incidence of poor performance in school, drug and alcohol abuse, promiscuity,
well, then what do you say
teenage pregnancy.
What do you say to gay marriage then?
First off, he wasn't talking about gay marriage, and he did check on that, which I greatly appreciated that Alec did. And when you're having these conversations, especially with women, you have to be able to stay on topic. Okay? They're literally talking about a father and a mother, and the father not or is being in the household. he didn't say anything about same-sex marriage. So when he's sitting there talking about same-sex marriage, listen, he's saying that it's more detrimental for a father not to be in the house when it compares to the raising of the daughter. I don't care. It's detrimental whether it's a girl or a boy. They both need the offset of masculine energy to the feminine energy. They need it. Okay? A son needs to be able to have his mother to see what a woman acts like. And in part, when he goes out and chooses his wife. The same goes for the daughter. She needs to see what a strong man looks like standing up and how it is a man is to treat a woman so she understands how to act accordingly around a man. But when you have one of those elements missing, that's why you see the chaos today. That's why we can't get along. No one understands the other's energy and side from the standpoint of just what it is you're supposed to do in the relationship together. And it's so sad. I mean, two birds can get together and live in harmony. Crocodiles can mate together. Kangaroos, all the other animals seem can do it, but us established human beings who have the rational reason and gift of choice to do what it is we want, we can't even keep our families together.
I mean, you have two women raising children. There's no father in that house.
Can you imagine gay divorce? What would be more frightening?
You know, what we're seeing here is that the courts aren't, well,
But I mean, you're kidding, right? But that's prejudicial what you're saying, because two mommies can work the same as a mommy and a daddy very often.
But you're jumping tracks here in a very kind of weird way, which is that, you know, gay marriage is a separate...
It's that weird.
Well, but I mean, what does it have to do with what we're saying? I mean, gay marriage, I'm all in favor of gay marriage.
Exactly. What does it have to do with what he's saying?
That girls need a father in the house, and I'm saying there are many girls who are being raised with two mothers.
But you're talking about completely disparate ideas. Where a father exists that is being denied, access is being denied, that's the problem. Where there are two women, there are no fathers.
I say. It's a different, we're talking
I would
apples,
say so.
apples and oranges here.
Where there's two women, there is no father.
Yeah.
And I appreciate Joy for admitting her mistake and dropping that topic, because I've watched too many interviews and different things online where they'll just continue on with their point as if it's valid and it has nothing to do with the original question. So thank you, Joy.
Yeah, but it's an interesting point that people just fight for the rest of their lives because they really are connected and they don't want to let go.
They need communication skills training to get to a workmanlike place about the relationship. They don't need to be emotionally involved on a go-forward basis. They need the skill set that will allow them to address problems and issues and move forward.
But for many people, the surest way for you to lose an ongoing relationship with your child in adult life is these kids figure these things out.
I know.
They get older and they see.
Yes.
One of the smartest things that was ever said to me was that all behavior is consistent and that the way people behave in divorce is a view as to how they behave during the marriage. And children grow up and they see what's...
Listen to what he just said. He literally said how you act in the marriage is how you will act when you're no longer together. It's a reflection. You know, somebody's true colors is very hard to keep under wraps, especially under intense emotional situations. Your true colors is going to come out how you truly feel, how you truly act. When the pressure is put on, it normally shows how people truly are. And that's why when you see a lot of these celebrities go through all these divorces and custody battles and everything else like that, they always say the father or the mother or both of them, they have two sides to them. You know, they're a very evil, controlling side to them. There's a very loving side, you know. Whichever side you was fortunate to see, that's the side you're going to believe of that person. But I know everybody has good and bad days. Everybody can be evil and everybody can be kind. It's just the situations we're put in.
Been done and what's been said, and as they get to be older, they can make up their own mind.
So that's the end of that video. Like I said, this was a shorter one, a part 2, but again, this was a very, very good interview that Alec Baldwin had done with CNN. And I appreciate it, and I appreciate what he does. He's spoken a lot about this parental alienation since his divorce, and I'll probably be covering more of what he has to say in the future. But that is it for today. So please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, please be blessed, and thank you.